Joe McKeown beginning his 16th season as the head coach of Northwestern women's basketball, and the consistency has been terrific. The Wildcats have finished 500 or better in Big Ten play in 4 of the last 5 and 5 of the last 7 seasons. Expect a lot from freshman Crystal Wang. Why? Because she comes as a recruit from the top-ranked high school team in the nation out in Sierra Canyon. Let's take you back to the stage. We are getting set to hear from Northwestern head coach Joe McKeown.
Our next coach is Joe McKeown from Northwestern University. Coach McKeown has led the Wildcats since 2008. Coach McKeown will start with your opening statement, and then we will open the floor for questions.
Oh, man. Thank you, and excited to be here. I just would like to take a moment. One of our great players, Veronica Burton, who plays for the Dallas in the WNBA, and one of the great Big Ten players of all time. Just thinking about her, and the reason I bring that up, she signed a contract to play in Israel, and was at the airport in Boston on a flight to go to Tel Aviv, and fortunately was able to get off of that and move forward. And we've had any number, like Israel is such a great basketball pro opportunity. We have a lot of players that have played there, and I have players that live there now. So just wanted to take a moment and keep them in our prayers. It's a very difficult time, but moving forward to Big Ten Media Day, just really excited to get back going. Fortunate enough now to be in my 16th year at Northwestern, I think my 40th year in women's college basketball, and trying to figure out on the flight how to guard Caitlin Clark. So I come up with 2 things on the way, and we'll see how that goes. But we had an opportunity. Dr. Greg, our athletic director, gave our team an opportunity this summer to go to Spain and play, and we had a great trip. Won 3 games, and it just gave us a chance to bond as a team. We're used to winning at a high level. We're used to winning championships and top 20 teams, and last year was a little tough. So our approach now is to just put our head down and go to work. And I think the Spain trip really helped us, and I got some great young players. So I think you'll see the Wildcats, right back where we were, and really looking forward to the season. We carved out a brutal schedule, which I want to challenge our team. We're at Notre Dame. We're in tournaments with Stanford and Florida State. So hopefully by the time the Big Ten hits, we'll be ready. And I have 2 players here today, one a senior, Paige Mott, and the other a junior, Kaylee Walsh, that I think have chances to be all Big Ten players, and really, like I said, have taken on the challenge of coming off last year, and leadership-wise too. So we're, like I said, we're really excited about this season. This will be obviously our last opportunity to play some teams. Our schedule will change, I know, with the addition of 4 West Coast teams. So no idea how that's going to go, but it's just we're in a great league, men and women, and it's just fun to be part of it. So appreciate any questions, and you're going to see a different Northwestern team this year. So you guys get in free, but buy some tickets too, man.
Thank you, Coach. We'll open the floor now for questions.
Hey, Coach, Kent Youngblood from the Minneapolis Star-Tribune. Having been in this league as long as you have, I mean, obviously next year there's going to be an enormous change again, but I was wondering if you could just talk about, in your opinion, how much better this league is, or maybe how deeper this league is since you first joined it.
Yeah, man, I've been here through the expansion of, when we added Nebraska, and then when we added Rutgers and Maryland, and to look at the 4 USC, UCLA, but Washington and Oregon. But when we added, the common thread when we added Nebraska, Maryland, and Rutgers, would a lot of people, you know, whatever reason, think about this, 3 programs that had great women's basketball when they came into our league. Big crowds, credible coaches. You're talking about, you know, the Vivian Stringers of the world. You know, Nebraska, I think the year before they came in our league was 32-1 in women's basketball. And then Maryland came into our league after winning the national championship. So, you know, they hit the league hard, and I think it took some adjustment on us. And I think once that happened, you know, it just became so much more balanced. And I think, you know, the addition of the 4 West Coast teams now, all 4, and I played all 4 places. You know, they love women's basketball at all 4, great talent. So I think it makes the league, I think we'll be the best league in the country, and we'll certainly be the deepest.
On your right side, Coach.
Sir.
Morning, Coach.
Hey.
First of all, go Birds, 5-0. Second of all, you mentioned Mott and Walsh as leaders on your team. What about transfer Maggie Pina? What are you looking for her on the court and in the locker room this year?
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm an Eagles fan. I was a beer vendor at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia and survived to talk about it today. So I should get some cred. Maggie Pina is an amazing story. Actually, a kid from Philly who has scored 990-some points in her career at Boston U. One of the great shooters. And we couldn't shoot last year. So every time we talk recruiting, which is every day, the main focus, well, we got to shoot. We got to find somebody to shoot. And so her first game in Spain, she was 6 for 6 with 5 threes. So she ain't going to play any defense, but she's going to make shots. I can guarantee you that.
Hey, Joe. Chantel Jennings with The Athletic.
Of course.
If you have any appropriate beer vendor stories, I'm sure we're all ears on those. But actual question, if you want to do that one too, though. I'm curious, all the time that you've spent in women's college basketball, does this moment in terms of how many people are watching, which players are known, how many different individual players are known, does this feel pretty different to you?
You know, I appreciate the question, and to give you, you know, I loved at GW, we had great teams, top team. I'd always play Pat Summit. I played Gino Auriemma. We always, you know, I saw the growth of our game and what they did to help it grow. And now you're seeing the depth from a player standpoint. I love where the WNBA is right now as far as how deep. And unfortunately, it's too deep. There's too many good players. We need to expand. And I know we're starting to do that. And, you know, I've been fortunate enough to, over the last, you know, 25, 30 years, see it all happen right in front of me. And it's great to see it explode. I thought last year's Final Four in Dallas just gave us an amazing shot in the arm. And not that it hasn't been great before that, but when the national media and when fans take an interest that aren't, you know, women's basketball fans, maybe they're the casual fan or the sports fan even. I think that all came together for us last year, and it was great to see it and be part of it. And, you know, hopefully it's not a one-hit wonder, you know, hopefully, and I don't think it will be. But there's so many great players now, it's so deep. And I can tell you, I sat, I'm the defensive coach that held Rachel Banham to 60 points. So, and then I watch, and I'm like, she should be playing every game somewhere. And so I think all those great players, I have a lot of them that played for me that are playing in Europe right now that should be in the WNBA. We just don't have enough spots, and I think that's a big challenge.
Final question, Coach.
Hi, Coach.
Hey.
Christy Winter-Scott, Big Ten Network. When you went to Spain and won those 3 games, what did you feel changed with your team in terms of the confidence coming into this season?
Yeah, you know, Christy, I think, and you know, you've seen so much. I think what it did, and we played good teams. You know, I had 3 great Spanish players at GW, pros and Olympians, and the level of competition's really good. I counted those 3 games in my record now, so I'm the all-time win leader, men and women in the Big Ten, something like that. But I counted those games in camp games. But I feel like it just made it organically made you play better. European basketball is very physical. When you come over half court, you get cracked. The referees are their cousins, and you just get up and play. We had to show some toughness and some grit. We came from behind in a couple games, so I just loved how it brought our team together, and hopefully it'll carry over.
Coach, thank you so much for your time.
Guys, thank you. Thank you.
I could listen to Joe McKeown all day long as you take a look at Northwestern's 23-24 Big Ten schedule.